Well, one of the things that I appreciate in this area is the Avalon Theater. I love sitting in a theater and watching a big screen and escaping.
We go back to 1923. That's when this theater opened. It was a single screen theater that had 1,200 seats. Until 2001, it operated continuously as a commercial theater. There used to be neighborhood theaters all over the city. And gradually, a lot of these chain theaters declared bankruptcy. They jettisoned their local theaters, and theaters like the Avalon were basically left to die. There was a lot of emotional connection with theater. A lot of people who had first dates here, went as a kid and paid 15 cents to see a movie, and people really wanted it reopened. And we started Saturday mornings with a card table out in front of that theater with hat in hand, and people would walk by and we'd tell them we were trying to raise money for the Avalon, and we'd get like $2,000 a day. We reopened in April of 2003 as a nonprofit. You know, we like to say it has a little bit of a Cheers aspect to it. You know, I feel like people who come here feel like they have an ownership stake. And many of them kind of do because they've supported us financially for many years. Community is kind of maybe an overused cliche, but I think it really does describe this area very well. It describes, you know, what happened with the Avalon. I mean, it's here because the community wants it here.
If you lived here, you'd be close to Rock Creek Park. You'd be close to a great school with another small park and a wonderful playground. And you'd have Broad Branch Market, which is wonderful.
The market was built by a man named Mr. Sauer in 1919. Broad Branch Road was one of the farm roads into the city then. Farmers would drive stuff into the city on roads like this. So after the Sauers, the Bondareffs moved in, lived upstairs, and ran the market downstairs. They were called DGS's, District Grocery Stores, and they were Jewish-owned. It was a cooperative, and there were a lot of them in the city. And they all bought together and priced things together. This store, it predated Safeway or any of the other big grocery stores. You know, this is how people shop. A local developer, Louis Bloom, bought the building, and then he asked me in 2008 to come on board as an operating partner. We made a plan. We're like, just buy everything you like to eat. It turned out that people liked what we liked, and people would say to us, you know, if you carried this, I wouldn't have to go to Whole Foods anymore. So then we would bring that in. That's how we built it. The kids that work in the deli, they know how people like their sandwich. And everybody that has their sandwich, they have their maker also that they like. It's just super friendly. Every day people thank us. It's kind of crazy, actually, how thankful people are to us. You know, you're often surprised that you run into friends. And sometimes people plan it. Okay, let's meet at Broad Branch.